Welcome back to another Design League playthrough, and this one is for cd06, who I know comments on a lot of YouTube videos and is really active in the forums. So I want to say first course, and really excited to see it. There's a lot of cool ideas here, and even just browsing around, I love what you've done with some of the sculpting. We're going to have one major thing to talk about, which is going to be planting, but I suspect in fact I think I'm pretty sure you know about that. Really looking forward to, this is the sort of course I love, where it's all about how the land moves, because I think you can add just so much variety there. So let's give this a play and see how we go. So, I mean, first of all, the sculpting is really interesting. Like, you've got the natural land movement. I'm going to assume it's the plot manipulation stuff. There's an interesting diagonal hazard. I guess, is there a reason not to hit driver? I would love this coming into play a little bit further up, because driver still feels like the obvious choice that takes out that hazard anyway. And I'd love that to be like, not right dead on driver line, but like forcing me to make a diagonal decision where, and almost, let's imagine you were to take this diagonal hazard and flip it this way. Well, suddenly I want to be as far up this side as I can to approach the green, and like, every bit further of carrying this hazard I go, it becomes more of a carry, whereas I can go easily clear at this side and short side myself. So I think maybe flipping your green around, like subtle stuff, would help you there, because at the moment I can clear it anyway. Lovely look dead into the sun. I guess it comes into play a little more than into the wind maybe. Low level sculpting is great. Like sand bunkerless will definitely help. It's a way of getting around some sculpting stuff. They look good. They look imposing for sure. I think these ones, I'm not sure they'd go up at the back. Like, would they not tend to go down? I'm not an expert on bunkerless courses by any means. But yeah, they're good. I do like the steps to little t, that next t, that's a nice touch. In terms of the planting, it's really hard to do open and like just lots of grasses in this game. I think you have a choice. You either really scale up the grass, I don't think the ferns quite work, or you just cover it with bushes as well. I think you needed to go kind of more bushes and things like that. I'm sure you'll know Skinny Post's Brynel Orlon. Yeah. I'd be using that not as a template, but obviously we've now got Sussex Downs as well, would be a great one. But yeah, this is fun. Okay, so T. I mean, the blind T marker I don't think is where you'd want it to be, given that if I'm aiming over it, driver is running out. So I'd probably be sorting that. I know it's middle of the fairway here, but that doesn't mean to say that it's middle of the fairway where you land. And you'd want to be putting it over here, really, I think. Yeah, again, like, I'd love to see a bit more of driver, maybe. Give me a reason not to hit driver or to consider something else. I think that's probably the major one, because the green, also I haven't commented on the greens. Greens are really interesting. I think you've nailed where a few people haven't, where you've got the interesting slopes, but you've given enough space to make them playable as well. And to allow for like slight misses. So like, that's not a perfect shot, but I've still got a decent birdie putt. Oh, that's not a good putt. We're okay. So I'm going to assume we must be in countryside, given the trees that I do see. This green's maybe gone a little wild. I don't know. Feels a touch off, but it's drivable par 4, so I get that. That tee feels very much in danger, which I guess there's not much you can do. Up 48 feet, so I mean, again though, it comes out to the same thing. Like, give me a reason to consider hitting something else. Yes, I'm going to end up in a grassy bunker, but I'll take my chances with a splash from here all day over a lob wedge from there to upper tier. I think that's really odd. I mean, that's still the part of the game that I find probably takes the most thought. Like, how do you encourage people not to hit driver all the time whilst it's not tricked up and you're challenging driver in a different way? And that is really tough. But as you can see, I've hit, I wouldn't say 3 good tee shots, but see, here we go. I like that. I love that we've got the same hazard coming in again. That's great. I love that it's coming in to play a different way. Here, I almost wish it's a little, closer to the tee and a little further up on that one. So kind of shunting the whole thing like 5 yards uphill would be great, because I'm not sure I can clear this. So I think it's just kind of you are laying up somewhere down here, which I don't mind, but it would be really cool as like a potential carryable hazard. So, ooh, it's not a good tee shot. Or maybe we could carry it. I didn't see what my percentage was, but I tried to hit a partial. Oh, I take it back then. Lovely green site. Oof. Right. Proper flyer. One thing I'll say about the green sites, that I think there's something slightly not quite working for me on the sculpting front. And the only thing I would say is that these bunkers feel like they are very man-made and they are just there. And if we look at the rest of the environment, there's the low-level undulations, but then you've got these massive craters for the bunkers, which work really well, but they just don't, like, we need some more hills in and around to make them really fit, I would say. They are good though. They're done well and they add a lot of interest. And as you can see, they're not straightforward. Like, the grass bunkers work well. It's great that we're seeing a bit more of this sort of course. Okay, par 3 reverse redan. Yeah, these 2 bunkers really, compared to the rest of the land around it, you just don't have that level of undulation yet. So I'd probably try to create a bit more like that, or bank these into a hill that's actually there, or things like that. Short for a sort of redan. We're on the direct line, but yeah, it's not too bad. I really enjoy this. That's a very nicely conceived green. I think the greens have been an absolute strength, like with your sloping. Don't have much to add, really. I think it's kind of the same things, like making the sculpting, the big sculpting, fit the land a little bit more, the planting, and just, yeah, again, like your fairway hazards. I like that we've used this 3 times. I mean, part of me is wondering if you use the 2.6 odd driver when you play, but because I'm not saying always design around the 2.95 driver, but a lot of people will use it. So certainly having it in mind is good. Oh, I like the green angle. Oh, we screwed up properly off the tee. So this one was nice in that the green angle has meant that I've got to be coming in from the other side than I am, or you have less margin for error. Like, you can still hit that shot, but it's just more difficult to get it perfect. You're requiring a higher level of accuracy from the right. So that worked really nicely, and you got your angle spot on with this one in a way that I think we pointed out the first wasn't maybe quite there. A kind of dead flat putt, which I'll miss, but. So yeah, not too much to say on that one. Like, there's a lot of really solid stuff there. It's a blast to play. Oh, that's par 5. I'd have probably called that a par 4, but that works well. Yeah, just an absolute blast to play. Really enjoyable. I would have liked some more stuff in play off the tee, but kind of hard to do with a bunkerless course, I guess. But you could put some ravines in, and that would kind of tie in with your bunkers a bit more. Like, we didn't really have it. That's, I guess, the other thing. There weren't really any fairway bunkers that I can recall. They were all around the greens, which might be a kind of manufactured look. Maybe that's the real course. If it is the real course, then I think that's one where I'd be using a bit of artistic license and taking and adding in fairway bunkers if they're not there. But really fun. Yeah, give that one a play, and really looking forward to seeing where you go from here. Thank you for the course, and yeah, best of luck with the rest of Design League.